Hopefully this gives you a good example of how to navigate the intermediate and advanced bots. I expect a challenge because these bots are actually really difficult to play against. We're going to start with Nelson. Timestamps are on the video player. Here we go. I will begin with e4. And Nelson probably will play e5. Okay. Queen g4 coming soon? What? That's not even the right square. Nelson doesn't know his coordinates? Okay, well, 2 pawns in the center against the French defense is good. Yeah, there it is. There's queen h4. The point is, of course, that g3 is met with this. You guard your pawn. I think Nelson's going to go here. What? I thought, like, this move made sense because it fit the style, but I'll play g3, attacking the queen, kicking it out. And then I'm just going to put my bishop on g2. Okay, e5. I mean, I might as well take it. Why not? Because this will help me develop another piece. So now I've developed 3 pieces and the queen is still in the middle of the board. I can already go to punish, but just get the king out of the middle of the board. And the lesson here is that since we have a lot more development than Nelson, we can immediately start swarming with moves like this, improving our position by winning time. And I want to land this move, so I'm thinking maybe even like something weird like this. Give away the bishop at knight c7. Also shredding open the middle of the board. Instructive moment. Trading pawns to open up the e-file. Black is already completely losing. This is already very good. We can move the knight back and then go like this. This is very good for us because black has no development at all. And we can just keep creating threats. The knight is hanging. I'm thinking maybe queen e2 check, because that also protects the knight, whereas removing the rook there didn't do that. And now I'm thinking bishop to e3. Although, I gotta tell you, so much stuff is winning here. Bishop e3 looks very good. Just attacking. Yeah, now Nelson is sacrificing the queen. I can move this bishop anywhere, and it's a discovered attack. I can also finish my development. I'm now bringing a rook. Maybe queen takes with a check, then the bishop blocks. I don't see anything wrong with this move. This is not a threat because it's pinned, and I can go f4 and try to go f5, trying to utilize this pin. I can still go f5. Oh no, but then I would lose my knight. Now that the pin is gone. So I'll move my knight to the middle, and then f5 is coming. Okay, of course I will trade. I'm very happy to trade. Be a little bit careful here. Don't ever get your queen pinned. It's not a threat, but I'm just simply saying f5. And there we go. Nelson blunders, and now we shred it all open. Rook takes f7. Rook d7, pinning the bishop. Take the pawn. Pin is strong there. Take this pawn, because he can't actually take back. We're clowning Nelson. I hope all of you just destroy Nelson after this. Check, still can't take my queen. Take another pawn. I mean, you know what? This is going to be our revenge game. For all of the bullying that Nelson done of you all, I am going to take all of Nelson's pieces. You can skip ahead to the second game if you want, but I am going to get revenge for humanity in this game. I am going to bully Nelson, and I'm going to take all of Nelson's pieces. First, and then I will make a bunch of queens. So I've lost my pawn here, but I have check, and then I have check, and I'm just winning the bishop. And that's it. Now we go. Let's go. This is for humanity. Actually, wait, I haven't taken his last pawn. I said I was going to take his last piece, right? And now, you notice I'm not moving my queen, because I cut the king off on the back rank. And that's GG. Well, Nelson is a good person to start with, or a good bot to start with, because Nelson is just annoying. And once you can consistently beat Nelson, now we're going to play Isabel, who plays c4. It's the English opening. Good line against the English is just e5, putting a pawn in the center of the board. Knight c6 is good. And now what is Isabel going to play? Okay, Isabel is playing the 2 knights. Now, one thing I like about the English is the move f5 before you move the knight to f6. It's going to be a cool opening idea against for some of you to put 2 pawns in the center. Wow, bot is playing the best move, d4. Look at that. The point is that you go e4 now, and d5 here is the best move. That is also another way to play. Black can now get very aggressive. h6, knight goes to h3, and g5. Black can also play bishop e7. I'll get aggressive. I mean, I'll try to play creatively. Pray creatively. Knight e5 to get my knight out of danger. Queen d4 looks nice, but is not a threat. Because I would have just played bishop g7. That is officially the bot's first very strange move. All bots do this. What? I don't understand any of these moves. Okay, what if I just put my bishop on g7 and castle my king? Oh, that's actually not a bad... Wow. That was actually pretty creative. Okay, I guess I have to push my pawn out of danger. And then knight e6? Oh my goodness. What? Whoa! Whoa! The bot was doing some super weird stuff. Oh my god, it's hitting my queen and my bishop. Aren't you glad you stuck around? This is not just going to be a beatdown. I have to lose material. I have to move my queen and then this. Oh my goodness. Okay, I did not expect to make... I can cut this out of the YouTube video, but I won't. I'm going to teach you all how to come back in a losing position. d6. Okay, so what do I have after being down a rook and 2 pawns? I have a massive center. Massive, massive center. And all of my pieces are really well developed. This king is still stranded in the middle of the board, which makes me think I can attack it. I just have to figure out how. g4 doesn't work. Finishing my development, I can take on c4. If I take on c4, then something with e3 happens. E3 knight c4 doesn't look terrible. Finishing my development also doesn't look terrible, just to get one more piece into the party. The knight is just being rescued. Okay, e3, here we go. We're going to... Ooh. Well, now I can, like, take and then... See, I don't want to take right away. Oh, this is, like, juicy. Okay, let me take the horse. Then let me take this with check. And then some sort of... I've got to have something here. I'm going to sacrifice a knight. Maybe knight d3. Knight e4, the king goes back to e1. I don't know. King e1. King g1? Really? What about, like, f3? Oh my goodness. We're using the fact that our opponent's king is so weak. Knight g6, knight h4 is mate. Look at that. Rerouting the knight. Oh my goodness, that's a mate on h4. Check, and now the king has to come out to h3. The bishop... Oh! What an epic comeback. Of course I will take the bishop because we're attacking the rook here. Oh, and that's it. The bot is basically... It's giving in. g4 take and queen g5 here. I'm looking for something beautiful. Check. Let's activate the rook. The rook is the only piece that has not participated in the attack. We must have a mate. We just must have a mate. I mean, check. Here, check. Where is it? Where's the mate? I want to be careful. I don't want to just move my queen like a lazy person. Although maybe I can. Honestly, maybe I can just play like knight c5, guarding my pawn, and then play queen e3. Is this... This is leading to a mate. Bishop comes back to f6 check. And queen to g5. Wow. Wow. That was crazy. I mean, I got a little bit... I missed this whole idea of moving back and then... Oh my god, what a crazy... See, computers are so weird. That's the thing about playing bots, is they just play such strange moves. It would have been a lot better for me to put my bishop on c5, probably. Or fight back right away with, like, c6, for example, here. You know, c6, to block this pin. But bishop c5, I gotta tell you, even here, there's, like, b4. Weird position. And again, you don't need to play like this. The main move in this position after knight g5 is actually to just play it a little bit more solidly. I just created this giant pawn wall, but the pawn wall ended up working! Because later, despite us being down so much material, we have such an active set of pieces, we shred open our opponent's position, and we're